Hello everyone, this is Nathan Bryan, and this is a suggested update for the Darugodoris. From Tales of Amalthea, Terrell Whitlatch asks, for those who may be new to rigging, could you please define the term IK? This reminded me that I have not given basic definitions for any of the pieces of rigging, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So besides telling you what IK is, I will also explain what FK and ribbon spine is, and go through the general pieces of those. To begin, I've duplicated the skeleton over to create a basic mesh, a basic joint system. This has no connections to it, opposed to my original rig, which has the IK and ribbon spine connections. So to start off, I will explain what forward kinematics, or FK, is. FK relies on a forward type motion, as its name suggests, and that is the wrist follows the elbow, which follows the shoulder, which follows the shoulder blade. This is off of a hierarchical system. You can see that the joints are giant arrows pointing down towards its child. So the child in the joint system here is the hand, and the hand being the child of the elbow being the child of the shoulder, and so on. I cannot say move the wrists and have the elbow follow. This is usually good for situations like a humanoid type character or biped. The arms follow the chest. Unless it is touching something, that's pretty much the way it has to be. It would start looking very weird if the hand catches in space while the body's still moving. It would definitely come out in an animation as being something unusual, which is why we use rigging to create things like IK, or inverse kinematics. As its name suggests, instead of the hand following the elbow, the hand has its own controller, and the elbow follows the hand. In things like IK spines, you would have even more control than that. You could say have the torso following its own controller, and then the hips following another, and then whatever's in between following a mixture of the two. But for this, we're just going to go over the basic IK, which is the elbow follows the hand. But how does it know what direction the elbow needs to bend? Through a mixture of making sure that the joints are rotated correctly and a pole vector. A pole vector controls the IK system. As you can see, it's connected with a little arrow pointing towards it. That is because that bend in the elbow is going to always face this pole vector. I can move it all the way to the front of the body, and whenever I move the hand, you're going to see that it bends towards that pole vector. This adds for a much quicker animation. With the FK, if I were to say move the body, the hands, legs, and wings will follow. But with the IK system, I can move the body, and you'll notice that the hands and legs and wings are sticking to the ground. This is very important for things like quadrupeds and humans that have feet on the ground. Now, to move on to ribbon spines. Before I explain ribbon spines, I must first describe the difference between a NURB, or non-uniform rational B-spline, and a polygon. A polygon is made up of basic shapes that when I move it, it gives a hard edge. Just moving a part of it will always, will always leave this hard edge to it. However, with NURBS, or non-uniform rational B-splines as it is, if you were to move a part of it, you're going to see that it is a very smooth conversion. There are no hard corners, there are no hard edges. This is very useful in the rigging department because it allows for a very smooth control of the individual pieces. My control of the rig is based on very simple points. Wherever I need a motion to happen, I can just add a new joint and have that joint controlling it. But I have this NURBS surface controlling a more detailed joint spine. It is similar to an IK, but it allows for stretching, while the IK will just stop. When it is out of space, it'll stop. The ribbon spine will stretch out the joints however far they need. So there you have it, the difference between IK, FK, and ribbon spine. I hope you enjoyed it, and this was very informative to those of you who are new to rigging. And Tara Whitlatch, if it answers your question, I am glad to help. Hope everyone has a great afternoon, great evening, and happy rigging.